Oh my gosh, you guys, I just filmed this entire intro and I didn't have my little microphone on. So now we're back in business. Welcome to Mom's Dinner, everybody. My name is Susie Weinrich. Here we're helping you feel successful in your kitchen with super easy and delicious recipes. Today we're making dinner from our 5-ingredient dinner series. We are making chili for dinner. You only need 5 ingredients and here's what they are. You need some ground beef, you need plenty of chili powder, an onion. You do not need one this big. A yellow or a white onion is great. I'll probably only use half of this. Then you need 2 cans of rotel tomatoes. Those are the tomatoes with the green chilies included in them. And chili beans in sauce. Don't drain the sauce. With all of our 5-ingredient dinner recipes, there are 4 things that are not included in that 5-ingredient count. That is water, salt, pepper, and oil, because most kitchens have those things included already. So let's get started with our 5-ingredient chili that we're having for dinner tonight. All right, we're gonna start with the pot over about medium heat, and I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil. Then we're gonna get the ground beef added. I always recommend to use 85-15 ground beef. It's gonna be fatty enough to be flavorful, but not so fatty that your chili is gonna end up greasy. I love this little tool. It is called a meat chopper, and it makes really quick work of crumbling any kind of ground meat while you are browning it. And while that is browning, I am gonna go ahead and chop up this onion. What in the world? Like, world's biggest onion. Probably only gonna use like half or a third of this onion. And I'll just add the onion in with the ground beef so that it can all cook together. All right, the ground beef and the onions are cooked up really nice. So I'm gonna drain a little bit of this grease from the bottom of the pan before we move on. Just get as much as you can. And if you use an 85-15, you're not gonna have a really excessive amount of grease. Now we're gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And I'm gonna do probably heaping tablespoons of chili powder. That is, after all, the flavor of chili. Get that stirred around on all of that ground beef. Then finally, we're gonna do the 2 cans of rotel and the 2 cans of chili beans in sauce. Like I said, you wanna make sure to include the sauce in there because that has a lot of flavor. All right, we're gonna give this all a stir together. And then I'm gonna let this simmer together for about 30 minutes. Stirring it occasionally, just over low heat. And you know what else? I'm gonna give a dash of kosher salt in there as well. And then we can always add more when we taste it at the end. All right, I've turned the heat off and this chili looks perfect. I mean, of course you can make a chili that has 25 ingredients. I have a recipe for a homemade chili on my site, momsdinner.com. It's getting steamy. That probably has 15 ingredients. But if you just need a really easy weeknight chili, this is great. This is really, really great. So I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit. It's gonna thicken up a little bit, and then I'm gonna give it a taste test. All right, this is cooled-ish. And it's thickened up just slightly. So I'm gonna give it a little try. And then I'm gonna make some buttermilk cornbread to go with this. And then of course all the toppings that we want, like sour cream, Fritos, green onions, all the yummy chili toppings. It's great. So simple in flavor, really delicious. Definitely needs a little bit of salt, but I'm glad we didn't over salt it and then and be like, well, now it's too salty. And this is good to go. Ooh, that's yummy. That is yummy. That is really yummy for 5-ingredient chili, honestly. So next time it's a chili night out and you only have a little bit of time to make dinner, I hope that you make this 5-ingredient chili and it helps you feel like a success at dinner time. Again, if you like these easy dinners, check out the 5-ingredient playlist. I will either link it in the box or I'll link it up above if you're on YouTube. And join me next week for another recipe video of something you can make in your kitchen. Have a great week ahead.